The Nag Hammadi Library. The Nag Hammadi Library, unearthed in 1945 near the town of Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt, is a significant archaeological find comprising 13 leather-bound papyrus codices. These texts, largely associated with Gnostic Christianity, provide a unique window into early Christian thought, diverging significantly from Orthodox teachings. Gnosticism, characterized by its emphasis on esoteric knowledge, gnosis, as the path to divine enlightenment, presents a stark contrast to the exoteric nature of mainstream Christianity, which prioritizes faith and doctrine. This library includes a wide array of writings, such as the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, and the Apocryphon of John, which offer alternative narratives and theological concepts about Jesus, creation, and salvation. For example, the Gospel of Thomas, a collection of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus, suggests that enlightenment comes from understanding Jesus' words, implying that divine knowledge is internal and accessible without the mediation of the Church or its sacraments. The discovery of these texts has profoundly influenced the study of Christianity, revealing the diversity of beliefs that existed within the early Christian communities. It challenges the notion of a monolithic early Christianity, showing that various Christian groups practiced and believed in markedly different ways. The Nag Hammadi texts invite believers and scholars alike to explore a more introspective and mystical approach to Christianity, where the quest for spiritual knowledge and the direct experience of the divine take precedence over traditional religious practices. This profound collection not only broadens our understanding of religious and philosophical diversity in the ancient world but also offers insights into the human quest for meaning and connection with the divine, demonstrating the complexity of early Christian theology and spirituality. Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love. The Emerald Tablet. The Emerald Tablet, also known as the Smaragdine Tablet, holds a revered place in the annals of alchemical and hermetic traditions. Attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary Hellenistic figure who is a syncretism of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, this concise text is famed for its cryptic message encapsulated in the phrase, "as above, so below." This axiom suggests a universe where everything is interconnected, the microcosm is a reflection of the macrocosm, and vice versa. The text itself is a short, obscure piece, consisting of several dense, allegorical statements. It discusses the process of spiritual and physical transformation through the art of alchemy, which is not merely about turning base metals into gold, but is also a metaphor for achieving spiritual enlightenment. The tablet's teachings are foundational in the belief that one can understand the nature of the cosmos and influence it through the manipulation of corresponding elements. Historically, the Emerald Tablet's influence is vast. It has been studied and revered by alchemists, philosophers, and scientists through the ages, including figures like Isaac Newton, who attempted a translation of the text. Its principles helped lay the groundwork for the Western esoteric tradition, influencing everything from Renaissance magic and Rosicrucianism to modern occultism and New Age philosophy. The Emerald Tablet invites those who study it to look beyond the material world and explore the interconnectedness of nature and the spiritual realm. Its teachings encourage an understanding that true wisdom and power lie in the grasp of universal truths that can be discovered through introspection and philosophical inquiry. This enigmatic text continues to be a source of fascination and inspiration for those seeking knowledge that bridges the material and the mystical. The Book of Enoch. The Book of Enoch is an ancient Jewish religious work, ascribed by tradition to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah. This text is not part of the canonical Jewish or Christian scriptures, except in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, yet it holds significant historical and theological interest. The narrative encompasses several complex themes, including detailed descriptions of Enoch's visits to heaven in the form of visions, revelations of the cosmos and the celestial orders, the fallen angels, and the final judgment. The Book of Enoch is divided into several sections, with the most famous being the Book of the Watchers. This section tells of angels who fall from heaven to mate with human women, leading to the birth of a race of giants known as the Nephilim. It elaborates on the angels teaching forbidden knowledge to humanity, which some interpretations suggest is the root of mankind's corruption and the cause for the Great Flood. The influence of the Book of Enoch on Christian and Jewish eschatology cannot be overstated. It introduces concepts such as the final judgment, resurrection, and the Messianic kingdom, which are integral to both religions. Its vivid apocalyptic imagery also heavily influenced the New Testament book of Revelation. Scholars value the Book of Enoch for its insights into Second Temple Judaism's angelology and demonology. It provides a window into the diverse beliefs and practices that existed on the fringes of mainstream Judaism and early Christianity. Today, it remains a profound narrative that offers a unique perspective on divine justice, angelic realms, and cosmic warfare, reflecting the rich tapestry of beliefs in ancient Jewish religious thought. The Upanishads. The Upanishads are a collection of ancient Sanskrit texts that form the philosophical core of Hinduism. They mark the transition from ritualistic practices and external worship found in the earlier Vedas to introspective and philosophical inquiry into the nature of reality, the self, and the ultimate truth known as Brahman. The Upanishads are considered the end part of the Vedas, Vedanta, which literally means the conclusion or the essence of the Vedas. Each Upanishad, composed between 800 BCE and 200 BCE, explores various aspects of philosophy, metaphysics, and the concept of the self, Atman, and its relation to the cosmos, Brahman. One of the central teachings is the idea that the individual soul, Atman, is not separate from the ultimate universal essence, Brahman. The famous phrase, Tat Tvam Asi, thou art that, succinctly captures this thought, suggesting a profound unity between the individual and the absolute. The Upanishads also introduce the doctrines of karma, action and resultant consequence, and samsara, the cycle of rebirth, which are foundational to later Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain traditions. They encourage the pursuit of knowledge, jnana, meditation, dhyana, and the renunciation of material attachments to achieve moksha, or liberation from the cycle of rebirth. These texts have had a lasting impact on Indian philosophy and spirituality, influencing not only religious traditions but also thinkers and leaders in the modern era, such as Mahatma Gandhi, who regarded them as spiritual and ethical guides. The Upanishads invite seekers to explore beyond the material, discover the eternal self, and understand the deep interconnections of all life, promoting a vision of harmony and oneness with the universe. The Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching, an ancient Chinese text attributed to Laozi, is the foundational scripture of Taoism. Composed around the 6th century BCE, it is a treatise on the art of living and the nature of reality, structured as a series of poetic verses. It emphasizes principles such as simplicity, humility, and non-action, Wu Wei, advocating for a life that is in harmony with the Tao, or the fundamental nature of the universe. The philosophy of the Tao Te Ching is subtle and profound, focusing on the ineffable quality of the Tao, which is described as the source and guiding principle of everything that exists. It teaches that true power and success come from aligning oneself with this natural order, rather than striving against it. The text is renowned for its enigmatic wisdom, often expressed through paradoxes and contradictions, which encourage deep reflection and meditation. The influence of the Tao Te Ching extends beyond religious Taoism, impacting Chinese culture, governance, and philosophical thought broadly. Its teachings on balance, flexibility, and the inherent power of yielding have also found resonance in modern discussions on leadership, management, and personal development. The Tao Te Ching invites readers to look beyond conventional understandings of power and achievement, offering a unique perspective on leadership and ethics. It challenges individuals to foster inner peace and live in accordance with the natural rhythms of the world, promoting a life of peace and contentment. The Zohar. The Zohar is a seminal text in the field of Jewish mysticism or Kabbalah, written in medieval Aramaic. It is primarily a mystical commentary on the Torah, the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible, and is attributed to the 13th century Spanish scholar, Moses de Leon, though he claimed it was the work of the 2nd century sage Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. This profound work delves into mystical concepts such as the nature of God, the structure of the universe, and the process of spiritual enlightenment. The Zohar introduces the concept of Ein Sof, the infinite, and the 10 Sefirot, emanations through which the divine reveals itself and continuously creates both the physical realm and the chain of higher metaphysical realms. The Zohar's teachings emphasize the importance of mystical insight and divine union, achieved through meditation on the scriptures and adherence to the commandments. It is not just a theological or philosophical document, but also a text meant to inspire spiritual connection and deeper understanding of the mystical dimensions of Judaism. For many Kabbalists, the Zohar is not merely a book but a living entity that embodies divine wisdom. Its study is considered a sacred act capable of bringing about spiritual healing, insight, and closeness to God. The Zohar has profoundly influenced Jewish thought and mysticism, shaping the spiritual practice of countless seekers and scholars. The Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, part of the Indian epic Mahabharata, is a 700-verse Hindu scripture that is in the form of a dialogue between Prince Arjuna and the god Krishna, who serves as his charioteer. This sacred text addresses the moral and philosophical dilemmas faced by Arjuna on the battlefield, just as a great war is about to begin. Krishna imparts spiritual wisdom and guidance to Arjuna, covering a broad spectrum of ethical and philosophical issues. The Gita discusses key concepts such as dharma, duty/righteousness, karma, action, and moksha, liberation. It teaches that one should live according to their dharma, without attachment to the results of their actions, a concept known as nishkama karma. The Bhagavad Gita is highly regarded not only as a spiritual guide but also as a philosophical classic that combines Upanishadic and Vedantic ideas. It has influenced countless philosophers, thinkers, and leaders around the world with its profound insights into the nature of life and the universe. The teachings of the Gita are universal, providing guidance on how to approach life's challenges and emphasizing the importance of faith, dedication, and the pursuit of spiritual wisdom. The text is a cornerstone in the understanding of Hindu philosophy and has been studied, interpreted, and revered across generations. The Sefer Yetzirah, Book of Creation. The Sefer Yetzirah, or Book of Creation, is one of the earliest Jewish mystical texts, deeply embedded within the tradition of Kabbalah. This enigmatic text is attributed to the patriarch Abraham, showcasing its revered status and ancient origins, though it likely was penned between the 3rd and 6th centuries CE. The Sefer Yetzirah elaborates on the creation of the universe, not through physical acts but through divine speech and thought, emphasizing the power of the Hebrew alphabet and numbers. The text is structured around the concept of 10 Sefirot, divine emanations, and 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, which are believed to be the foundational elements through which God created the world. According to the Sefer Yetzirah, these letters and numbers are not merely symbols but powerful, creative forces that can be manipulated to influence reality. The philosophical and mystical explorations within the Sefer Yetzirah invite readers to engage with the mysteries of creation through a meditative practice. It combines elements of magic, astrology, and cosmology, providing a framework for understanding not only the physical universe but also the spiritual and metaphysical realms. The influence of the Sefer Yetzirah extends beyond Jewish mysticism. It has been studied and commented upon by philosophers and mystics throughout the centuries. Its teachings encourage a deeper understanding of the nature of reality, the power of language, and the profound interconnectedness of all things, making it a cornerstone of mystical Jewish thought. The Sefer Yetzirah challenges its students to look beyond the material world, to explore the potentials of creation and the intricacies of divine interaction through the elements it describes, promoting a profound engagement with the spiritual dimensions of Judaism.